I'm going to make one more tab in my Hypershade. This one is going to be for the ducky eyes. So we'll call this one my Eyes tab. I'm going to use an AI standard surface and call it my Eyes AIS. I'll just use one shader for all 4 eyes. I will pause the render because my renders are taking a while. And what I'd like to do is just make the duckies themselves invisible. So I will select both of them and set their visibility to 0 or off. Later on, I will just have to remember to turn them both on, so I will keep them open here in my outliner. While I've got the outliner up, I'm going to use my Control or Command key to select all 4 of the eyeballs and assign them all to my new Eye Standard Surface node. Now I can restart that render. There are my little eyeballs. The simplest way to make an eye texture is with a ramp. I know you've worked with the ramp before because we used it for the cloth shader, so I will connect its out color to my base color. And I don't see anything immediately, so let me play around with this ramp a little bit to see where black and white are. Aha! There black and white are. Ta-da! It's an eyeball. Since these are really simple creatures, it would be fine to leave it there. If I wanted to come in and give them a little ring of like pink or blue, or I don't know, what colors do ducks have for their eyeballs? Yellow? Do ducks have yellow eyes? Now these are all going to be the same because I'm using the same shader for both of them. They don't have to be, you could use different colors. But let's keep this one simple and just use one material. If you wanted them to be a little bit shinier, you could come into the AI Standard Surface node and you could give them a coat. And you could give that coat a higher IOR value. We're not going for a realistic eye here, so cornea might not do too much for you. But perhaps giving the outside a diamond-like coat would give you more of a look that these are eyes that have been made of glass. So that is my fancy thing that I might do for the eyes. You can leave that off if you don't want to. Just make sure that you've got your ramp, so you've got this basic eyeball decoration. Once you're done with that, you are good to go. I'm going to temporarily close the Hypershade. I will turn my birdies back on by selecting them both with, again, the Control or Command key, and then in the outliner, setting their visibility to 1 or on. And there they are with their cute little eyes. So I will let this render process. I'm not going to make you watch it. But we're all done with the objects that we have in the scene. So the only thing we have left to do is to model the eyeball monster, and that's going to be our next adventure. So when we get back, that's what we'll be doing. I just wanted to tack a little something onto the end of the video so that you could see the finished render with the bump map and the eyeballs. I might extend this little yellow pigmentation here. I can do that just by moving my ramp sliders around. But otherwise, like I said, I am all done with texturing and I'm ready to move on and start modeling my eyeball monster.